What's up guys, welcome to the Video Game Carp channel again. For those of you that have been watching me play this guy, welcome back. I'm just going to do a quick video review on this server. It has only been active for 8.5 hours. Now, problem, this server has no players. Why? It's a PvE server. It's the first one to release a PvE server. I'm pretty sure no one's ever released a PvE server for vanilla. It's a great idea because a big problem with vanilla is being ganked. If you get a character, because it takes so long to level up, if you get a character to level 40 and it takes you a month, and then it's being gang raped by groups of people, and its hearthstone set to an area and you're stuck in that area, you're just being camped 24 hours a day, then yeah, you have just completely wasted your time. So a lot of people wanted a PvE server, and these guys announced it, and that's great. Then Nostralrius, that is currently the #1, basically the only PvP server, and it has 9,000 players or something. They announced that they're doing PvE. So these guys, they beat Nostralrius to it. They got it out a week before Nostralrius. That's great. And that's what Nost did to Kronos. And the reason Nost could do it to Kronos, the reason Nostralrius could do that to Kronos, was everyone knew about Nostralrius. The same as a lot of people knew about Kronos, everyone knew about Nost. People on retail were talking about Nostralrius. People knew about it before there was even open beta for Nostralrius. Everyone knew about that vanilla server. They did such a good job of getting it out in the public and getting everyone hyped about it. These guys, they've cut in before Nostralrius, which is great, but no one has heard of them. This server's Stormrage, Malfurion by the Stormrage people, I don't know. I heard about their website 2 weeks ago on the Nostralrius forum. I haven't seen or heard from them anywhere else, on any other social service. I haven't seen one single bit about Malfurion, and that's the problem. You can't just cut in and expect to be as successful as Nostralrius was when they beat Kronos if no one's heard of you. There were 300 members when I saw their website, and now there's 1,400. But come to opening day, there's 34 people online. This is prime time in America. It's getting late now in Europe, but this is prime time in America on the weekend, and it's the middle of the day in Australia and Asia, and there's 34 people here. What the fuck? I've been playing for the last 8 hours. Well, not constantly, but I've been monitoring it, and sorry, that was distracting. The maximum amount of people, this is on Horde, the maximum amount of players online was between 100 and 110. That was in the first hour of the server. Then everyone got disconnected. It was the only time there's been a disconnection, but everyone got disconnected, then could instantly log back on. But only 85 people or less have logged on since that moment, and it's only gone down from there. So don't want to be a doomsayer. Maybe it can try to recover, but this server's died in the first day of being out. The population's just been going down further and further and further, and now I'm going to add to that because I've reached a point where you look at the population and you go, there's 34 people online. If I keep leveling my character, spending weeks leveling it, and they've got barely any players, they're not going to keep paying to have the server hosted with someone. They're not going to keep doing the patch progression that they were talking about. They're not going to keep working on the server, they're just going to get rid of it, like they've done with so many private servers before that aren't as populated as they expected. They get rid of them, and unfortunately that is something you have to consider when you're going to make your character. Is your character just going to be deleted with the server in a short amount of time? So I'm not going to keep playing. Unfortunately, I do want to get this guy to level 60, and I'd love for there to be 1,000 players online so that I could do that and know that my character was going to stay on their server and that I'd be able to play it. But yeah, it's just not enough players to guarantee that. Now, the problem I have, which is really unfortunate, is the people that made this server are great. They respond to everything, they will reply to anyone's question about anything, they care about their players, and they want to do what's best for the people playing on their server. Nostralrius is the complete opposite. They don't give two shits. If you ask them something, they won't reply. If they have said that they're going to announce something, like the PvE server, they won't. They'll just give you another vague bullshit, dragging you along, like spit in your face. You're a dickhead, you just came on the forums expecting the announcement. We're going to give you a vague thing saying that the announcement will be within the next week. Then the next week, like 8 or 9 days later, they'll give you another vague, complete bullshit bit of information that doesn't achieve anything. And they know they can do that sort of shit because they've got all the players. And yeah, it's just unfortunate that all the players are on a piece of shit realm like that. Well, the realm's alright now that they've fixed the bugs and stuff, but my god, are those staff absolute twats. They've banned people for completely retarded reasons. They banned a group of people for mining nodes that were acting the same way they acted when vanilla was out. So they banned people for doing that because they were making too much money farming these mining nodes. They mined them too much because they were respawning every 15 or 30 minutes or something in the same spot as they did in vanilla, and they got banned for that. So, what the fuck? Anyway, enough about that. So the Nostralrius staff are absolute cockheads, and the Stormrage staff are awesome. Nostralrius advertised like an absolute pro before they released, and they cut in front of Kronos, both two awesome things, and they got all these players, and they deserve it. Stormrage, cut in front, great. Nostralrius have proved how powerful that is, but they didn't advertise. Who the fuck knows about you? Who's going to come play on your server if they've never heard of you? Anyway, so of the 1,400 members or something, there's 34 of them online. Don't know where all the other members went, but that's what happened. So, getting past the fact that there's no players, if there's even any point going further than the server has no players, the problems so far have just been the normal bugs that come on every vanilla server. When people start a vanilla server, they get a template. The template needs to be scripted. There's certain bugs in every single template. There's certain things that basically people that are making a vanilla server don't fix properly, or they don't think of, or whatever. But every release has bugs. This is the same. There's not so many general bugs. Some of the bugs are things like when there's someone, if there were players, I'd show you, when there were players earlier, if someone's, say, over here, just on the edge of your view range, instead of walking, they'll be sliding. Then once they come closer, they're walking. which is weird. There was a rock in the Tauren starting area that had elementals around it. The elementals were moving, they were walking around, they were acting completely normally. You could see them. You couldn't mouse over them, you can't select them, and you can't aggro them by walking near them. So they were just like optical illusions instead of mobs. What else was wrong? Oh yeah, there was this thing with the wolves in the Tauren starting area, which to their credit they fixed straight away. They patched it straight away. There was a server restart and it was fixed. But to start with, there were these wolves and you'd aggro them, right? You'd attack the target. The wolf would run over and it would stop right here, just out of melee range. So I couldn't shoot it as a hunter, and I'd run forward. I'm gonna melee it, and it would run back. It would maintain that distance just outside melee range perfectly. Warriors would just be standing there like, it wouldn't attack you either, so it was just pointless. But the wolves are red, so you're in combat, they're trying to attack you, but they can't. So that was one of the general bugs. Then, holy shit, the hunter bugs. They are numerous. Let me show you a few. So, number one. Actually, I'll say number one, your pet dies. Take revive off your bar, you don't need it. If you use call pet, and this is the same with basically every new server that doesn't think of it, if you use call pet and your pet's dead, it will come back instantly, revived, beside you. It's an instant cast, so your pet dies, bam, your pet's back. You've used call pet. Second problem, you send your pet to attack, or it's on defensive, so it's defending you, or it was on aggressive, whatever, but your pet's engaging, right? You click passive to get your pet to come back. Oh shit, the pet hasn't come back. Doesn't matter how many times you click passive, that pet is in there for the long haul. It is going for that plane strider and there's no stopping it. Oh my god, the worst bug of them all. Let's say these are both targets that there's two things attacking my pet. Oh, I was hoping the pet would die so I can show you the call pet. I'll make him attack that. So I'm attacking the first target dies. My auto attack's going, pop, pop, pop. I'm shooting this thing, having a grand old time. So my pet's dead, right? Call pet. No, it's not. It's right here. What are you talking about? You crazy plane strider. So there's a revive, there's what I just showed you, the pet won't come back. So you're auto attacking. You're killing this plane strider. You've killed it. Awesome. There's another plane strider that's attacking you as well, so you change targets to that. You'd expect that the auto attack would either A, stop because you've deselected your original target, which is fine. You just use auto attack again on the new target. All good. Or B, auto attack continues, but it continues on the new target. Both ways are fine with me. But on this realm, you're attacking the first target, you change to the second, your auto attack's going off, so you stand there shooting the gun, the attack animation's happening, the bullet's going into your new target, and your ammo's going down, so you're firing your gun, you're shooting at this guy, but it's got the dead target selected. So everything that you're doing gives you the impression that you're killing your new target, but you're not doing any damage to it. There's no white damage whatsoever. I'll try to do it here to show you. I'm not sure if it will work or not. Let's give it a go. So no damage will be coming up at all. Just select the next target, and we'll... So you can see there what's happened. I'm auto-attacking that target. So this is all well and good when it's alive. Oh shit, I just screwed up. I accidentally clicked on the pet. Anyway, that sucks. So you're killing this, it dies, then you select the next target, and auto-attack's still ticking over, your bullets are going towards it, but it's taking no damage. So you have to stop auto-attacking, then start again, and then it will actually do damage, as it should, to your new target. My pet's dead. Cool pet, it's back. Magic. So there's some bugs. They wouldn't be game-changing bugs. They're pretty stupid. The Stormrage didn't even do an open beta on the early level zones to nut out any of these bugs. So it was bound to happen. They wouldn't be game-breaking if there was a big population. But that sort of shit, on top of there being no players, you're not helping your cause. But there's been worse bugs. The server's stable. There's only been one time when everyone's disconnected from the server, but they were able to instantly reconnect. The ping's good, so you're not going to lag. When you disconnect and reconnect, there's no rollbacks. It's up to date, which is amazing for a private server. And got no complaints with the server, with the hardware they've got, but it helps that you've got no players on that server. But yeah, that's all great compared to other realms, the Nostralrius, where it's absolutely screwed and you'll get disconnected, like, at times, depending what they're doing with patches and stuff, you'll be disconnected 10 times a day and you'll roll back 5 or 10 minutes every time. So in that way, Stormrage is great, but what can you say? There's no players. You can't have a server without players. So that's the server done. I am calling it now. This server is dead. It has survived less than 24 hours. And its fate is known. It is gone. Delete it from the history books. Stormrage is done.